Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is Dylan. We are back with another Madden video. Today, what I got for y'all is updating my best budget players in Madden 22 Ultimate Team. Now, before we do go on ahead, get into the video, if you are new to the channel, make sure to go ahead, leave a like on the video, and also subscribe if you are new. I drop almost daily Madden content on the channel. My end of year goal for Madden 22 is hit 10K subscribers. Could not do it without y'all. Now, getting into the video, the first thing I want to do is describe what I think as budget, right? Because everyone has certain definitions. Some people think it's like under 100K. In my opinion, a budget player is anything under like 20,000 coins, just because I feel like you could build a full budget team. That's what it should be like, right? Like you should be able to build a full budget team honestly within like a day or something, in my opinion, right? These cards will go ahead, help you keep up with the god squads, be competitive. And the first thing I like to do is go position by position. That's how I like to update my budget players. So the first one being quarterback. Quarterback is a really interesting one because you can get a lot of good quarterbacks for free, but honestly the best value in the game, it's not even close anymore. It's actually going to be Joe Flacco. Now I know a lot of people when this card came out probably were like, ew, Joe Flacco, useless, but he's 6'6", 73 speed, is basically a statue in the pocket, but doesn't really matter. You're gonna have to pick your battles, right? Like, do you want a mobile quarterback, or do you want someone that's actually going to be able to go ahead and make all the throws? He has 92 throw power, 80s across the board for accuracy. Pretty much, it's good. He's not going to miss a lot of throws, and then 92 throw power is so good for an 85 overall. But the main reason we're getting him is his archetype strong arm. And if we come down here, he gets pass lead elite, which pass lead elite is right on par with gunslinger. Honestly, you don't even need gunslinger. I personally run pass lead elite just to save the AP from gunslinger. I don't really think it's too much of a difference. So pass lead elite gets one of the best throw power abilities in the game for a quarterback, and that's the whole reason we're rocking Joe Flacco. Sam Darnold is still pretty good, but Joe Flacco I definitely think is the move if you want a budget quarterback. For budget running back, it's also going to be a zero chill player. I don't think it's close. I think Michael Carter used to have an argument, but this Latavius Murray right here is so good. So potentially if you power him up or just use a zero chill strategy card, he get up to 90 speed, 91 plus the strategy card, which you can get from solos. So you can get a 91 speed running back who's also 6'3", 230. So he's really good. Also has a good archetype with elusive back. Across the board, decent spin, juke, all that. Can also catch. So I know this rating, short route running and stuff like that is really bad, but come down here to his abilities, you can go ahead and get backfield mismatch for 1 AP. So you need a little bit of training, but I think he is just by far the best value. Gets a great ability, good speed, and also a big back. Definitely one of the best budget players in the game. Now for receiver, we're going to have 3 choices. First one going to be Quez Watkins right here. Going to be 93 speed, and that's really the big stat on him. Potentially could be 94 if you do power him up, which is power up isn't a lot, and this card really isn't a lot either. 70s for route running isn't really great, but again, you just can't pass up on that speed. Speed is really like the most important thing when it comes to even beating man coverage, in my opinion. You could have a slower receiver and possibly throw it on the break of routes, but I feel like speed, especially on next gen, I should say next gen specifically, speed is just so much more important than route running. So you get a 94 speed guy, potentially could be 95 with that zero chill strategy card as well. So definitely a really good receiver. And now there's really 3 choices in my opinion of who I would go ahead and pick next. You could go ahead pick it's really between Josh Gordon or Jalen Reagor, in my opinion. Rager, I butcher names on the daily, right? But we'll take a look at all these guys. So first one right here, Jalen, I'm just gonna call him Jalen, not even gonna attempt it. 5'11", 197, so he's a little bit shorter. Could get deep out elite though on him, which is one of the best. I think it is the best receiver ability in the game. Potentially could be 93 speed, powered up, 80 for short, 78 for medium, 83 for deep. So decent route running as well. Just 1 speed point slower than Quez Watkins, but he's pretty good. He's not a bad budget card at all. And potentially maybe a little, if you're looking for a budget theme team, maybe a little Eagles action right here. Potentially could get Quez Watkins up to 97 speed, and then you could get Jalen up to, I believe, 95 speed if you did want to go in that direction. And then I think for sure Elijah Moore, I'd probably take Elijah Moore over Jalen, but he's really good as well. So he's going to be 92 speed powered up, but he has 80s for route running, also a slot archetype, so potentially could go ahead, throw that slot apprentice on him, which is a pretty good ability. Gives you some extra hot routes and stuff like that if you're not running hot route master. And overall, he's just solid, good route running. A little bit short is all his problem. And then honestly, I think if I had to go in order, I think for sure I'm picking up Quez Watkins. And then secondly, right now, I think it's for sure Josh Gordon. So Josh Gordon gonna be 92 speed powered up, but also with 0 chill strategy card could be 93. So not really bad at all. It's gonna be the same speed as Jalen. 70 for short, 70 for deep, not really too good, but 85 for medium isn't bad at all. Good spin and juke over 90, so he can really do a lot after the catch. And the big thing on him though is 6'3". If you didn't watch my best receiver video, so there's a new threshold for wide receivers. It's going to be 6'2" and up. Every 6'2" and up wide receiver will get better sideline catching animation. So that's why I think Josh Gordon is actually really, really good. And I'd probably go Quez Watkins, Josh Gordon, and Elijah Moore, and then Jalen. This guy is also really, really cheap, especially on PlayStation, only 7K pretty much. Now for tight end, I don't just want, like, I'm not trying to make this just the 0 chill promo special, but budget tight end, it has to be Tyreek Hill. Now I know, and potentially this is what he's looking like if you do just upgrade him with a little bit of training. He is on my team. This guy has such a unique role. You can play him at wide receiver, and again, that gives you the ability to go ahead and audible down. Very, very nice. Good speed, acceleration, and agility, all for like 10K. 86 Tyreek Hill, 94 speed at tight end for 10K. I'm going to take that. 91 short, 89. If he had 90 for medium, oh, he'd be so perfect. But also 90 for deep route running as well. Decently good after the catch as well, especially for a tight end, right? And it's really just a Tyreek Hill card at tight end. It's exactly how you would expect it to play. Now, if you're looking for more of a big body / blocking type of tight end, I honestly don't think that's the direction I would go. But it's really between Ian Thomas or Evan Ingram. This is probably what I would do if you're looking for like an actual like legit tight end. I would buy Evan Ingram's power up and power him up a little bit past his 85, and you could potentially almost get him on the level of this LTD, but he should be pretty good, and it shouldn't really cost you a lot of coins either. Basically, we can just power up this card and he'd be 90 speed, and you see the route running is just so much worse than Tyreek Hill. That's why I would just pick Tyreek Hill, but you could potentially get them both, and again, play Tyreek Hill at wide receiver, so that's an option as well. But I think I would just take the L with the blocking and just use Tyreek Hill at tight end. Now, I always do this. I skip over offensive linemen because offensive linemen, it's literally as you go up in overall, you play better, right? There's no secret formula. Oh, like this is what you need for pass block, all this other stuff, right? Nah, it's just pretty much a really like linear progression, if that makes sense. As they go up in overall, they get better. So I would probably target around like 86, 87 overall offensive linemen, or I would do solos and just pick offensive linemen from the solos, so you don't have to upgrade them for a while. But now we're going to go into defensive ends, and this actually is a pretty important one, right? So the first one that I'm going to say is going to be left end Brian Burns. I love this card. If you watch the channel at all, this is one of my favorite cards in the game. Going to be 85 speed, potentially powered up. Going to go ahead, have that 88 finesse moves, and you look at the power moves like, oh, this guy is absolutely terrible, right? But if we come down to his traits, this is why traits matter so much. He has bull rush on no, which is going to go ahead, make sure he doesn't use power moves, but he has spin and swim on yes, so he's only going to use this finesse move rating, and that's why Brian Burns cards plays really good in like regs and stuff like that as well, right? Then we're going to go to defensive tackle, and I know I'm at right end right now, but this Jordan Phillips card is actually really, really good, and I would play him at defensive tackle. He's 6'6", 341. There's no point to play him at DN. He doesn't have the speed to be a good DN, but he has the speed to be a decent D tackle. I'm not going to lie to you. Gonna have 82 finesse moves, but again, you can go ahead, ignore that rating this time, because if we come down to his traits, he only has bull rush on yes, right? So that's gonna go ahead, make sure he doesn't use the finesse moves. He's only gonna use power moves, and he's honestly not bad at all. Decent block shed, decent impact blocking, and his weight, his size is really gonna help him out in the run game more than like any stats would. And then for an actual right end, I would go Nick Bosa. So I would try to potentially power him up as well. Might be a little expensive, more than 20K, but eventually that is what I would try to do. So he'd potentially be 78 speed, and the big thing on him is going to hit 90 power moves, or finesse moves, my bad, misspoke. His power moves are low, and he has every pass rush trait on yes, so that is going to hurt him, but that 90 finesse moves, I think it's just too good to pass up on. Yeah, he has a little block shit as well, but as a pass rusher, I think he's going to be really, really good. So I would lean towards going Nick Bosa for my right end. Potentially also go David Irving. Wouldn't be mad at you there. Now for left outside linebacker, I don't think there is a better value than Khalil Mack. Basically going to be exactly 20k, and he's going to be a fine pass rusher if that's how you want to use him. For a coverage guy, we'd probably just go like Ted Hendricks power up, but going to be 81 speed potentially powered up, 86 power moves, 81 finesse moves, so a good balance, good block check, good impact blocking, and he has very good traits. So that's why Khalil Mack plays really, really good. His traits are absolutely insane. So that's where I would go. I would really recommend going, like, if you really want a middle linebacker, play your zero chill solos and get 94 overall Jayon Brown, who is going to be an S tier linebacker when I update middle linebackers. But I would go in two directions. I would go Logan Wilson, again, potentially with the zero chill strategy card. Could go ahead, be 91 speed. 70 zone is a little bit low, but again, you kind of got to pick your battles when you're on a budget. He's not going to react that fast, but he is going to be fast, if that makes sense. Decent block shit as well. Overall, he's a pretty solid middle linebacker, and I believe he does go ahead get lurker if you do power him up, so he should be pretty good. And the other linebacker I would choose would go ahead and be Roquan Smith. This guy's been a mainstay ever since he came out for a budget middle linebacker. Gonna be 88 speed, decent zone coverage as well, so that's why I picked Roquan Smith. He's pretty decent. So for right outside linebacker, honestly, if I had to recommend what you should do, I'd go ahead, if you're looking for one, get Ted Hendricks power up. I misspoke, I thought he was left outside linebacker, but for right outside linebacker, for sure, just go ahead, get his power up and just power him up. Just try to power him up. You don't have to go to his full level. This is potentially what he would look like at his full level, but you don't do that. You don't need to do that. He is fine. You can go ahead, power him up a little bit before his full card, and he can still go ahead, get lurker. He's a pass coverage archetype. He can really do it all though. So he can rush the passer, he can play zone, literally anything you want, Ted Hendricks can do. Now we got corners right here. Got to start off with a very low overall. Isaiah Dunn right here. Gonna be 93 speed, eventually could potentially be 94 with the zero chill strategy card. Jeez, I can't speak right now. But zone and man isn't really going to matter on this card. It's literally just going to be 93 speed, potentially 94. That's all that matters. That's all we're looking at. And yeah, you just need speed on your team. He's going to be an absolute dummy in coverage, but he's going to be fast. So potentially could be someone you just man up on people, or it could be a safety and you play him in a deep blue, so you don't really have to ask him to do a lot, because deep blues don't guard anything in this game anyway. But for other options, David Long isn't bad, but I honestly would rather have Marco Wilson, because he hits 80 zone instead of hitting 80 man, and I run zone more than man. If you run man more than zone, you can go ahead flip-flop these, but potentially could be a 91 or 92 speed powered up, 93 with the zero chill strategy card. Again, 83 zone, hits that 80 threshold, not bad at all. Can't really play man coverage, but again, I rarely run man coverage, I only run zone, so he's not really too bad at all. And then for the third option, I think for sure it's still going to be Shaquille Griffin, especially if you run zone coverage, like I said. Potentially could be 91 speed powered up, 6 foot, so not bad height as well. And then 87 zone coverage. It's the 80 tier for zone coverage, so going to react decently fast. Also could hit 80 play rec, which is a decent threshold to hit as well. So he's not bad at all. Definitely someone you could power up, and you don't really need to get him to this 91 zero chill card. But I mean, a little bit before wouldn't be too bad. I think he could potentially hit 90 zone before his full card. And then for free safety, it's going to be a day one God Squad right here. Nasir Adderley, potentially could be 90 speed powered up, and he hits 80 zone, so that's really all you really want. Also with 6 foot, so not bad at all. Pretty good card, especially now that he's basically a budget option. Definitely worth it in my opinion. Potentially could be a power up pass as well if you do go ahead level up your account a little bit. I don't think he's bad at all. I think he's pretty good. And then for the last position right here, we're gonna go ahead take a look at strong safety. Now for this one, I'm gonna have two, because first one being Rayshawn Jenkins. This is going to be your user defender. This is going to be the person you use all the time. He's 6'1", 89 speed, 89 excel, 86 change direction, and it's really the best value you could get for a user, only going for like 2.5k, so not really bad at all. I wouldn't really play this guy anywhere else but your user, but if you're looking for a user, this is who I would user. Said user like 10 times right there. But if you're going to play someone in a zone, I'd probably, I don't like in these legend set pieces, but I would go ahead and tell you Ronnie Lott is better than Jaquiski Tart, but I'd rather just power up Ronnie Lott a little bit at free safety if you do want to use him that way. But if you're looking for someone to play in a deep blue, Jaquiski Tart, not bad at all. Gonna be 89 speed, powered up, 6'1", and hit 80 zone, and that's really all you're looking for. Just someone that hits that decently tier of zone coverage, which is like 80, going for like 20k on PlayStation, 16k on Xbox. And yeah, y'all, that has been my updated best budget player video. Let me know down in the comments, did I sleep on anyone? Did I leave anyone out? Hopefully I was able to help you if you are looking for some cheaper players. I appreciate y'all clicking onto the video though. But if you did enjoy, make sure to go ahead, leave a like on the video, and also subscribe if you are new. But other than that, man, has been your boy Dill, and I'm out. Peace, y'all.